It's October 17th, 2021. I'm standing under the intersection of Wabash and Illinois in Chicago. This is Trump Tower to my right. Used to be the Sun-Times building. And then down there, where you see the stoplight, that is under the gap in the Wrigley building. And there used to be a railroad line that went from from the Chicago River at Kinsey roughly to Navy Pier, and it took this route. So let's see if we can find any trace of it. This used to be the basement of, or this used to be the Sun-Times printing plant here, the basement of the Sun-Times building, and there used to be a loading dock here. You can see that the clearance, vertical clearance, is unusually high here, like compared to other parts of the roadway where it's only designed to accommodate trucks. This is high to accommodate trains. The last time, I used to live in that building there, 440 North Wabash, and the last time I saw anything on the siding here was, oh, probably February of 2001, and they were moving printing equipment and other things out of the Sun-Times building, so there was no longer any printing taking place. Paper wasn't being delivered. They were just removing machinery and whatnot. So all of the pavement here is new, so there's not going to be any sign of rail until maybe the fence. Okay, so it looks like the aggregate here is fairly recent. This has been graded. Down there where that gap is, we might find some rail. So I'm gonna have to go take a very circuitous route to get there, unless this gate has no lock on it, which it doesn't. Okay. I kind of wonder if the city of Chicago didn't do an adverse abandonment on the Carroll Avenue line. They did it to the Kingsbury line. No sign of rail there. Alright, so I'm going to go up and around. Well, I might as well keep rolling. I got battery. Oh, here we go. Look at that. No parking by order of Chicago Northwestern Railway. I should grab a still of that. Okay, we're back outside the gate. So we'll have to walk up Illinois Street and then probably over a block and then back down. Since I've got plenty of battery, I'll keep rolling. I hope it's not too irritating that the frame isn't very stable. So again, this is where the loading dock was for rail at the Sun-Times building. That was the Chicago Daily News and Sun-Times until about 74, when the Sun-Times, no, it was later than that. I don't really know when it was. Probably 77 when the Chicago Daily News ended. So this is Illinois Street we're walking on. No. I misspoke. I'm confused. We're on Kinsey. So when I said we were under the intersection of Illinois and Wabash, I was wrong. We were at Kinsey and Wabash. This is unusual. There used to be tanks like this all over the freaking place on most of the old brick buildings. And then in about 1979 or 80, the city decided that they're ugly and that they should be eliminated, so they started taxing them. So whoever owns that building decided they were cool enough to be worth paying taxes on. So this is State Street. There's Marina City. I don't think we have any access here. Yeah, we need to go one more block to get any access. There's something really cool at the Marina Tower parking garage. It's a crazy people elevator for the parking attendants. I believe, yes, the right-of-way would have to go through here, below us. That's the IBM building. That white building is 440 Wabash. So the way this thing works is it's a vertical people conveyor. It requires some testicles. You have to climb up the ladder there and then jump on one of these little platforms, and you can ride this up however many parking levels there are. Crazy stuff. So that's how many levels of parking there are. I'm not going to count it. I walked the whole length of this thing back in 2001. It kind of feels like some areas have closed up a little bit. So this used to be Hotel Nico, and it went right under the front of Hotel Nico. Can't remember how to get down there. So the limestone building kind of peeking out between the other buildings down there is the merchandise mart. I smell some mighty good chocolate chip cookies, I think. I don't know if they're mighty good. They smell mighty good. So, okay. Here's a clue. I think the only way to look at it is to backtrack. All right, here we go. Tracks. So I'm gonna have to go 2 blocks that way and backtrack to here. So that's what I'll do. I'll stop the camera for a second and I'll trot down there and come back this way, and then we'll continue. Oh, here, let's just get kind of a reference shot. Here are the tracks, and they go under here, and down there in front of Hotel Nico, under House of Blues, and then they would go to the right of the IBM, I guess directly under the IBM building, and then the chamfered side of Trump Tower is parallel to and collinear with and above where the loading dock was. So the tracks kind of went over there. Okay, so now I'm at Kinsey and Lasalle, which is only 1 block west of where we were when we saw the tracks. I forgot about this little portal here. So I don't have to go 2 blocks. 1 block is sufficient. Sorry about the unstable frame. And here are the tracks. So we're headed east now, towards Navy Pier. There's where we were standing before. Got a backpack on my right shoulder that's kind of messing things up a little bit. Okay, here we go into the bowels of the city. There's some large air handler in there, so I'm going to put my earplugs in. So this ought to be State Street here. No, that's not right. Here's the loading dock for House of Blues. So, shoot, I don't remember what the order of streets anymore. Dearborn. We're under Dearborn. Wow. I can't imagine driving a full-size bus in here with a trailer on it. Well, I can imagine driving it in. I wouldn't want to have to back it out and turn it around. Drive it out. Okay, so we've lost the track. No more track. So I wonder who's playing here tonight. I wonder who's in the bus. Oh, I'm wrong. I just didn't see it. There's the rail still. So House of Blues is on our right. Okay, these are the grates that I was suspiciously looking down earlier, and then the I-beams, horizontal I-beams are State Street. I'm not optimistic about finding rail anymore. There we go. And there's the fence. How you doing? So that is a train-sized gate there. And the well-lit white wall on the right is Trump Tower. No parking by order of CNW Railway. That's not the sign we saw. The sign we saw was down there. There's a whole bunch of them. Wonder what those would go for on eBay. Alright, so under State Street. Where does the rail end? I don't have my metal detector with me, but I'd say that, I'd guess that it ends right here, right in here. And you can see there's the right rail, the left rail. It's not a bad looking bus. What does it say? Diamond Coach, Nashville, Tennessee. Who's playing tonight?
What's that?
Who's the band?
It's four package of three of us. There's Black Label Society, Obituary, and a band called Prom.
Oh, okay, cool. Must be hard getting these trucks and buses down here.
It's not easy.
Well, have a good night.
Thanks, buddy.
Okay. Under Dearborn now. So obviously we've already been here, but This time I'm going to continue past LaSalle. I think the rail probably will peter out right before the Merchandise Mart. The tracks used to go through Merchandise Mart Plaza, and then they popped out the west side at the river where the Vasco Bridge was or is. I sure hope they didn't take down that Vasco Bridge. That was a beauty. It was a, what was the Lionel number? 375 or something like that? 375 Vasco Bridge. Looks just like that. About this plate here. Guardrail ends, and there's the plate, but I don't see any evidence of a switch. The plate is puzzling. Alright, we're back to where we looked down. So somewhere in here, the original Chicago Northwestern depot was located. Boy, that was poor grammar. I believe it was here. So the problem is that getting to the depot required crossing the river, which meant potential delays if the bridge had to be operated. So at some point they moved the Chicago Depot to Madison Street. I can't remember when that was built. 1925 is the number that pops into my head, but I don't really know if that's right. I'd say it's within 15 years plus or minus. I have a feeling we're about to encounter a security person. But it doesn't really matter because we're also about to encounter an opaque fence. Opaque with respect to light and humans also. So that is the Merchandise Mart, and there's a CTA station. Here's rail, the end of the rail, and there's a manhole there. So, well, that's where it went. I wonder where that door will take me. Definitely no rail. Oh! I always speak too soon. So there's rail. There's just a lot of shit on it. Interesting. So this is underneath the Merchandise Mart. New concrete floor. I mean, new relative to like the history of humanity, not new like last week. So I guess That door does not look too inviting. Alright, I'm going to cut and go to the other side of the building. Okay, so I'm exiting the lower level the same way I came in, via the portal on LaSalle. So then I'll turn left and walk past the Merchandise Mart to the other side. Change of plans. We're on the east side of the Merchandise Mart building, above where we ran into the fence and the concrete. So there is LaSalle Street down there, the overpass, and you can obviously see the rails. And there's the Merchandise Mart. So now I'm going to walk to the other end of the Merchandise Mart, but I'm going to jog one street north to Illinois and buzz the building that was used as the exterior, for the exterior shots in the TV show Early Edition. It's been restored, not really restored, gutted and replaced with a new structure while retaining the facade. When I looked at it in the early 2000s, 2001, 2002, it was really wretched condition. I'm surprised it didn't fall down. So, this is Wells and Kinsey. There's an S-curve in the CTA elevated at this point. I always thought that was kind of cool. Not sure why. Oh look, they squeezed in a semicircular building. What do you know about that? Alright, so the firehouse from Early Edition is just over there. This is the intersection of Wells and Illinois. Sure enough, there it is. So, Illinois and Franklin. Let's fix the exposure. There we go, 1887, Chicago Fire Department. So it's got a new steel structure inside and new floors and everything. Oh, they never finished it. What do you know? Look at that. Spent a lot of money. Wow, this has been in this state for many years. Like, at least 5 years. That's a lot of money to have tied up. 228 West Illinois. Alright, so we're gonna head back down Franklin south to the Merchandise Mart and walk to the west end of it. There's some superlative associated with the Merchandise Mart. It was developed and owned by the Rockefellers, and I don't know if it was most square feet, largest building in terms of square feet, or couldn't have been volume. There's some superlative. My story would be much more interesting if I remembered what it was. We're coming to the west end of the Merchandise Mart, and then the building with the brown base there is called Mart Plaza, Merchandise Mart Plaza. We'll pop into this area here and take a look. There's the Kinsey Avenue bridges. Those are pretty ancient. Very cool. Look at this. We got a railroad crossing sign. So I think I see rail. Railroad crossing. Yep, there's rail. To the left is the Merchandise Mart, to the right is Mart Plaza. Alright, there is concrete and it ends at the concrete. This looks like a fairly modern, new rubber crossing. In that direction is the river. And I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see any trace of the Vasco Bridge, but there might be something visible. There we go. Alright, so now we'll walk around Mart Plaza down to the other end of the building. So if I'm remembering this correctly, the Kinsey Avenue Bridge is where the driver of the Dave Matthews Band bus used the remote sewage dump switch on his dashboard to dump the sanitary tanks of his bus as he crossed over the river. And unfortunately for the people on the Chicago Architectural Tour boat, they were under the bridge at the time and were showered with urine, feces, and blue stuff, and maybe some toilet paper. So we're coming to the end of Mart Plaza. .350 North Orleans. Oh, interesting. That's interesting. Kingsbury comes through here, so Kingsbury and Kinsey. So the Kingsbury line, Sugarland Express, whatever you want to call it. Here we go. Sightseeing boat. No bus, no poop. And there is our Lionel 375, I think, Vasco Bridge. What a beauty. There's another boat down there. It's a really nice day. Really nice. It's perfect. It is a perfect day. So the 375, I think, Vasco Bridge has the little hut down on the ground, not up in the air. It's a two-track bridge. There's the, this is the end of the building. We were down there earlier. There's some rail. It's pretty heavy rail, actually. It's not 90 pound, it's heavier than that. Let's fiddle with the exposure. Alright, so there's the bridge. So, the Boeing building is worth looking at for a second. If you look carefully, I don't know what's wrong with my language skills today. Come on, zoom. See how it tapers down to nothing? The footings are only like 20 feet wide. That's all they could use because of railroad tracks that head into Union Station. And so the construction of those footings was like a pretty major undertaking slash accomplishment. But let's get back to the subject of this video. So I hope that this thing is protected and safe and will be preserved. There's a cocky dog. Alright, so we'll go to the other side. Building 0181, property of Union Pacific Railroad. That's at the base of the bridge. Northeast quadrant. Interesting, they have the right-of-way fenced off here. Oh, so what you're looking at there is the throat on the elevated structure, is the throat to Chicago Northwestern Station. And there used to be a lot more tracks in this area than there are now. But there's the Vasco Bridge. Note that it's got a beveled end. Nice. Then up here is the track to the north end of Union Station. So what comes out here? Milwaukee District North, Milwaukee District West, Amtrak heading mostly north, and I think that's about it. There's the Chicago Northwest. Oh, you can't see because of the lighting. Where that brick building, you can't see anything because of the lighting. There's a red brick building that's partially obscured by the Chicago Northwestern elevated structure. And down there used to be a Milwaukee Road freight house. And after it was torn down, you could see little, I don't know what it is, 2 18-inch gauge tracks in the foundation, the floor of the building, the freight house. And those tracks were for the Chicago Underground Railroad, so there was a lift there, and they interchanged freight between the Chicago Underground Railroad and the Milwaukee Road, I guess, there. That's been gone for a very, very long time. And that is Union Station. Wow, that's the throat to Union Station. It sounds like something's coming out, but I'm not going to wait for it. So then the shiny Seaberg jukebox up there is the Helmut Jan designed replacement for the Chicago Northwestern Depot. And the initial architectural drawings depicted the building having curved glass, but that's not how they built it. Where the glass kind of cascades down and out, they just have flat panes. Here's what I heard. Metro. Can't really see anything because of the lighting. Alright, time to head to Union Station.